Pop it off at your...
Come and guest on our show.
Come and guest on our show.
A mic is waiting for you.
A mic is waiting for you.
Where the topics are all over the place and there's no fondue. Can you tell stupid jokes?
Can you tell stupid jokes?
Are you funny at all?
Are you funny at all?
Got a studio space that needs some taste. Now I want fondue. You know we might have you back again. Promise to listen to you. Can you bring some fondue?
Can you bring some fondue?
And the skewers too. It is time for the Just Us Thinkin After Show. I'm Michael.
And I'm Rebecca.
We caught her in like mid yawn. Did you see that?
Oh,
How was that?
that was great.
It's early. I mean,
It is early.
I think this is the earliest we've recorded ever, isn't it?
I think so. We usually do at night. So.
Yeah, we normally, so we're still quite not awake yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, it gets kind of crazy. So, after show for the blame game.
The blame game, yep.
So we covered kind of the don't blame others kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then we were thinking, sometimes it's not other people's fault.
Right,
sometimes shit just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For example, you have a flat tire.
Yeah.
Or you know what? There's a really bad accident.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say you can't really. You could say normal traffic or something like that. I don't think you could ever anticipate a semi-truck turning over.
Right. Or, because, I mean, you get your you get an accident on the freeway or something, and you could sit there for at least an hour.
Yeah.
You know, if you're late to work because of that, I mean, you can't. No one in their right mind is going to leave an hour early just in case,
Yeah. Right. Okay. So you want to leave with enough time. If you don't, that's on you.
Yeah.
However, and here we live in Nebraska, okay? And I've heard on the news a semi-truck carrying pigs or cows, overturn, and they have to clear, and now there's cows running all over the road.
Yeah, that actually just happened recently.
Right, that's why I said it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. I'm like, I gotta go. We got cows.
We got cows.
I guess that's where no one's gonna anticipate that.
Right.
Now, here's the thing: if you're a boss or if you're in charge of that company,
mm-hmm.
you'll have there has to be a point where you have to say, okay, let me double check this, because if it's bad enough that, hey, I'm stuck on the freeway, there's like 20 cows in front of me, I'm not going to be there for an hour.
Right.
That boss could say, oh, let me double check, and sure enough, if that's the case, I'm sorry, that should be excused.
Yeah.
That's outside of your now. You could blame the truck driver. You could make blame on other people, and that's truly their fault.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That to me, that's an exception. A blizzard, so you go to work and, I'm sorry, but bad weather happens.
Right.
I think recently, didn't like Florida, all these southern states that normally don't get snow get like a shit ton of snow.
Yeah, like Florida got snow. I know, like pretty much up the coast. Yeah, they got snow.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Yeah. I was like,
no snow for us yet.
You're
so
right.
By the time you read, I don't know if I think we had a little bit of snow. Like this year, we had like hardly any.
Right.
Now after we recorded this tomorrow, it's gonna like snow like we're gonna get like the worst storm ever. That's my luck.
Right.
I don't know. I noticed the weather stopped being so bad when I started working from home. This son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Mother Nature doesn't
we can't
like
use that
me.
Excuse anymore.
Yeah, I can't. That's the only downside. I can't use that excuse anymore. But no, if you get a flat tire, I mean, no one's going to say, I'm going to leave early. I'm going to leave early just in case I get a flat tire.
Right.
Now, you could mitigate how late you are by leaving early just in case something happens where, now I got to change the flat tire and do that. Or maybe I'm anticipating maybe a minor accident where I could anticipate some of that stuff.
Right.
What's some of the other good ones? It's stuff that just
that you don't have control over.
Yeah.
You know? It's like
I guess you can't say the alarm clock. The power went out in the alarm clock because everybody uses their cell phones now.
Yeah.
So if you're hearing that from a 20-year-old, they're lying.
Right.
If you hear that from a 60-year-old guy, he might be telling the truth.
Right. Yeah. Because I know like my dad doesn't use his phone for his alarm.
No. He probably still uses an alarm clock, right?
Yeah.
See, there it is. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's, in fact, I think that's probably the better option. However, if there's a power outage, he might lose that, that could happen.
Like in Home Alone. You miss, almost miss your flight because your power goes out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a blame game.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
There's so much blame in that movie to go around.
Oh, yeah.
The police go knock on the door. I guess no one's home. You think the kid's going to answer the door?
Right, yeah. No.
He's home alone, probably scared shitless.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't answer the door if I'm home. Yeah.
Right.
I don't answer
As
it,
an
period.
adult, we don't normally don't answer that. Mikey, someone knocks on the door and we're not home. Do you answer it?
Nope.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You dumbasses.
Right, yeah.
I didn't even think about Home Alone, but that's a good example.
Yeah, that's why because their power went out overnight, and that's why they almost.
Now, this is a great excuse for the blame game. It's great because Home Alone 1, okay, I'm with you. How many Home Alone movies are there?
There's been like 4 at least.
At least 4.
Yeah, and then you have all your spin-offs. Or
Listen. The first time, I could understand mistakes happen. The second time, the third time, you're a bad parent.
Right.
What the hell are you doing as a mother?
Yeah.
She's the poster child for horrible mother of the year.
Yeah.
I went to another country for okay. And then I left him Home Alone in New York and Home Alone here, Home Alone there.
Yeah.
I just don't keep track of this. I got other ones I have to deal with.
Right. Yeah.
What the hell? You're a horrible mother. Don't blame anybody but yourself now. The first one, I'll accept. That the first one. But after you do it 2 or 3 times, listen, if your car breaks down or you have a flat tire every other day,
something's wrong.
Buy new tires or you need to figure out something.
Right. Yeah.
Don't buy the cheap used tires anymore. Spend a little bit more money so you don't have to fucking worry about that crap.
Right.
Jesus, people just drive me nuts.
Yeah.
It's an excuse is good once in a blue moon.
Right.
If that is your constant excuse,
if you have one like every other week or every other month, or if you have one every month or every other week, then you've got something wrong. You own up to it.
Which goes back to my work. So if I see someone and I'm like, they're 15 days past due.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the account and I'm like, they missed their first payment. And they're calling saying, hey, I didn't get my invoice. When am I due? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. And then do we waive a late fee? Sure. I don't mind waiving a late fee. When you're 37 payments into your car payment and you're like, I just never get an invoice.
Well, you never have.
Well, if you've never got an invoice, I don't know what you've paid it 37 times.
Right. Yeah.
If you're not getting an invoice, A, you should have said something.
Yeah.
B, maybe you should write that down and
or
say, shit, I got my mail sucks. Sorry, USPS. You still suck. You can still like and subscribe right about now. Just go to
Yep.
You know,
Click on the little button.
click the little button, subscribe. We love you, regular employees of the USPS.
Yeah.
But you know there's only so much you can blame.
Right.
Let's be honest here and be upfront and say, listen, I don't pay attention.
Right. There's been a couple times, like recently, I switched banks, and there's a couple bills that like I forgot, and I was like, I called them up. I said, hey, look, I switched banks. I forgot. They're like, oh yeah, we'll change or we'll waive it. I'm like, okay, thank you.
And I get that. That's
Yeah.
and that's it. That's perfectly acceptable. The first time,
Yeah.
maybe the second time.
Well, and
The third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 20th, 30th, that's all on you.
yeah.
That's where you screw up.
Yeah.
Now, hey, I got hacked. I need to do this. I need to switch things. I got hacked. It's going to take some. Yeah, we'll do an extension. We could do stuff. If you're hacked every other month, you need to stop doing whatever you're doing that's getting you hacked.
Get a new bank.
New bank, or stop going to that. Listen, stop going to Pornhub or whatever site you're going to. PornTube.
Ashley Madison.
Is it Ashley Madison?
Was it Ashley Madison?
I think that might be. You might be right. I wasn't gonna call you out, but she did. So, I get once in a blue moon, but if it keeps happening
Over and over, yeah.
right,
You got to take a step back and look at the situation.
right.
Who's really to blame?
I live in the rural country. I don't get my invoices. I'm going to write down when my payment's due. I'm going to keep an invoice and then make sure I pay it on time.
Exactly, because it's due the same day every month.
Yeah. And here's the thing: if you're sending it through the mail and it's constantly getting lost, maybe don't use that anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Airlines the same way, right?
Yeah.
So you have who does it?
I think it's Spirit.
Yeah,
they're delayed a lot.
They're always delayed, or they'll bump you too, won't they?
Yeah.
Listen.
Well, a lot of the airlines oversell their flights too, so it's like.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time we got called up, because there was, it was a party of 3, and they needed seats for the crew members. So they called us specifically because we were a party of 3, and I'm like, yeah, that.
Did the airline didn't think they needed that crew? We'll just fly without one today.
Yeah.
Thank you for flying Spirit.
Well, they were trying to get to back to the hub or something. I don't know. And it's like, yeah, that's what they oversell flight. I don't think they oversell them as much as they used to, or like people actually like show up now.
Right.
But yeah, they still oversell them, but not as much anymore.
So now, if you're a freak, now this is where the break happens. Okay. Mm-hmm. Me, I don't fly.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have you, or I didn't have this insight that I did, I would book a flight, and then when I get there, I'm like, what do you mean you overbooked it? Yeah. I don't fly enough to know that that's a problem.
Right.
When you get to the point where you fly enough that you know that's a problem, well, then you have to start maybe figuring out that maybe I need to pay a little bit more from Spirit to
get that seat.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, this is the world we live in. Whether you like it or not, don't care. We pay to play. Right.
Exactly.
It's just, I don't like it. It's just part of life.
Yeah. And that goes back to the mail. You pay to play. You get your mail there 2 or 3 days if you pay, but it's going to be like a week or 2 if you don't.
Right. Or you're going to have to pay for that tracking number.
Exactly.
Or you're going to have to do something like that. I mean, it's just, I get it. And the confusion is people that do things normally and people that do things once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we'll go back in time with us.
Okay.
We went to a certain lighthouse.
Okay.
And we didn't realize that in order to go up into that lighthouse, you had to get tickets. This is where her memory is not the greatest, but we didn't know you had to buy beforehand. And by the time we got there, it was already. We're not from the area. We don't know.
Yeah. That was like another thing, kind of like, hate to say it, but it's COVID related. You know,
I
they
know.
limit the people that can go up. So I didn't know you had to get tickets.
Yeah, we didn't know. There was a lot of stuff we didn't know. Oops,
Yeah.
I get that, but that was the other thing that blew my mind on that trip is we couldn't go up there because it was COVID and it was
Yeah.
testing, but we could all stand on the ground next to
Right.
each other and be
Yeah.
perfect. Apparently, COVID only happens when you enter the building and going up.
Yeah.
It didn't happen with us all congregating outside, looking at it, taking pictures,
Right, yeah.
and all hanging out in a more of an. I mean, there's
Open
more of
field,
us
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to me that just didn't make sense. But that's
Hey, at least I let Mikey go up in it a little bit and not me.
you guys got caught,
Yeah.
and you know what? You owned it too.
Yeah.
I will have to say, yep. I tried. I tried, and I saw what happened. We got busted.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you'd have done the second time, that was all on you.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: that park ranger, thank you for letting him go up there. But if you'd have let him go up there the second time, and they went further, that was on you too. I get what you did, but I also get that they abused that. So that
I'm
whole.
just glad he didn't call the cops on me.
He was a good guy. He was a nice guy. He was just doing his job.
Yeah.
And he wasn't mean about it.
No.
I guess that he's like, come on now. I let you go in there.
I could have called the cops on you. Or
Yeah.
I could have you
He goes,
arrested.
I could have you arrested if you do that. I was just trying to give you a break.
Yeah.
And
Like, I know. I'm
now
sorry.
here's the thing. This is where you said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You could have said, well, I didn't know you had to buy tickets.
Right.
You could have been, I think I hate calling them a Karen, but
Yeah.
you could have been a Karen on that.
Yeah.
I guess the blame game is, I don't like the Karens. It's always someone else's fault with the
yeah.
Karens too.
Yep.
Or the Kyles or whatever. It's Kevin, it's
Karen and
Karen
Kyle.
and Kyle.
Yeah.
So eventually that's going to be changed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think the next one is going to be like Amber or something.
Oh, okay.
So it's a generational thing.
Oh. Okay.
So when
Yeah.
generations go through there, we're going to say Karens in our time. They're going to say, just like back in the day, it was jive. Everything was jive. And then it became cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See, she didn't even know what jive
I
was.
was like, what? Yeah. But okay.
So it's slang. It's the
Yeah.
cool hip slang.
Okay.
Now everything's fetch, right?
No.
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 No, not fetch.
No.
Okay.
That was like long time ago, I think.
What's the cool word now, Mikey? Isn't it cap? Everything's cap.
Oh.
Yeah, see, there you go. He didn't like that one. What is the new slang? It's hard to keep up with this shit. It changes.
I
It
don't
is,
ever
yeah.
use it. That's the problem. I don't use it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. If you
it's
don't
just
use it, you
cringe.
don't know
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Oh, cringe. Yeah. I'm like, what?
cringe. Oh, cringe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cringe has been a word for like ever now.
Yeah. The other one I can't stand is bra. Okay,
Oh,
bra.
I know.
Okay, bra.
Bro. Yeah.
Bra, bro.
Bro.
They all say it a different way.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. It's crazy.
yeah. Here's the thing, and when it annoys enough people, it
Yeah.
becomes a different story. So, like, the cop comes out and is like, why did you punch him? He said, bro. And then the cop goes over there, and they're like, but bro, ooh. And the cop goes, okay. And he comes back over to you and says, I understand. I want to punch
I
him too.
understand now.
In fact, if I walk away, and can you give him one? Here's $20. I'll Venmo you it.
Yeah. Here, do it again.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. I guess now. At one point, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
Yeah.
That always bugs me.
Yeah.
That's a big pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Big pet peeve of mine. We're all guilty of it too. Don't get
Oh,
me
yeah.
wrong. We're all guilty.
Yeah.
But when are these airlines going to realize that they have X amount of seats. I don't see the movie theaters doing it this way. Can you go to the movie when you go get a movie theater ticket and they have the assigned seating?
Yeah.
You have to pick your seat.
Right.
After all those seats are done, they can't sell them again.
No.
Oh, there's 2 of you. We're gonna bump you.
Yeah.
How can the movie theaters figure this out and the airlines can't?
Right. And they have the sophistication to do
Yeah.
it. You know, they have the money.
Yeah, reach out to AMC. They'll give you the software to help track
Yeah.
how many seats they have. They've been doing it less time than you have.
Yeah. Right?
The
Okay.
reality is they've been doing it a shorter
Yeah.
amount of time and have figured this this is how this works.
Yeah. I always liked it when they, when they told it, they would tell us, well, we anticipate, so many people not showing up. Like, really? Like, since when, It's like, yeah.
So
So I think they've kind of stopped doing that, like overselling them, because if you don't cancel,
because it's wrong.
Well, yeah, and then so if you don't cancel before your departure, they'll still charge you anyway. You won't get your ticket back. So
what they want, reality, what they want to do is they're hoping someone pays for a ticket
and doesn't show.
and doesn't show up, so they could charge them for that,
Mm-hmm.
and then charge someone else for the same seat.
Right.
That's wrong.
Or more.
Right, that's wrong. If you sold that seat to someone else, you owe that first person a refund.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, I mean,
whether they didn't show up or not,
well, yeah, unless you buy, that's if you buy a refundable ticket.
I don't care if it's non-refundable, and they listen.
Well, if it's not refundable and you don't show up, that's your own fault.
If I have someone that breaks a lease on let's say I run an apartment and I have a person that breaks a lease, and I say, well, they were supposed to pay for a lease for 1 year and they broke it 6 months in, but immediately I had another client in there. I can't charge that previous person. Now, can I charge them for maybe a month for cleaning and getting the
charge
transition?
the security deposit.
I get that.
Yeah.
But if you have a space, it's worth X amount of dollars. If you're still getting X amount of dollars, you can't get it twice.
Yeah.
Okay? I disagree with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of companies is like, well, I'll break the lease. Well, did you do your due diligence to get someone else in there?
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't, or let's say it's summer, so you're like, hey, we have a skeleton crew. We don't have everything's leased. All our contracts are there. We're not taking any more tenants. So we don't need this person, and we're going to hire next year. Okay. Then I get it.
Right.
But if you have someone there, and it's called mitigating damages. Thank you, Marilyn Minyung. And Judge Judy. Give you guys both a shout out.
Yeah. You can like us too.
Yeah. Subscribe to us. We actually say a lot of stuff that you guys, we parrot you guys sometimes on this show.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But they've said this. They both said, and I don't know how many times I've heard Judge Judy say this. How's that their problem?
Yeah.
If you want to be stupid, then be
Right.
stupid.
Yeah.
Don't take it out on someone else.
Yep.
Why are you wasting my time? Well, I want pain and suffering. Well, you're giving me pain and suffering. I can't collect, you dumb shit.
Yeah.
I like Judge Judy because she's flat out honest.
Yeah. She's
There's no
so to the point.
Yeah. So is Marilyn Minyung.
Yeah.
I like those two because they've been doing this for a long time. If you go to their show, watch their show. Don't go in there and be a stupid idiot.
Right.
Okay?
Learn.
Because here's the thing. We're a comedy podcast. They're an entertainment show.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that their job is to be on that TV show.
Right.
So when they get some dumb smuck like you that wants to say something stupid,
They like to take advantage of that.
they're not going to let you get away with it.
Yeah.
They're going to make you look stupid. So if you want to do that, there's your 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, I love watching them because it's like you'll have it on and I'll be at work and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like that was a good one.
So I'll go to lunch and I'll be watching it on lunch, and you'll be in your office, which is right across the hall, and it's not too loud, but it's loud enough for you to hear. So every once in a while I'm on lunch and it's a zinger.
Yeah.
And I could hear her start laughing over in the other room. It's like, oh yeah, because some of them they make it,
Oh yeah.
But if you watch any of those shows, how many excuses do these people have? Well, I got in a car accident. I didn't do that. Well, how's that their part? This other person's fault.
I love the other one the other day where she was talking about you shouldn't date someone you work with.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. That was really good.
Yeah.
Well, he harasses me. He comes over to my desk and he does it. So what?
Yeah.
That's what you get for being stupid and dating someone you work with. You don't do that.
No.
You don't shit where you eat.
I like the ones where and then it's going in their favor.
Right.
And they start like back talking her and she's like, she was like, this was benefiting you until a second ago. I love those.
They jump on that roller coaster.
Yeah.
And then she turns around and she says, do I need your help?
Yeah.
Listen.
Or this was going in your favor.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
Now there's a couple times where they've like she's like flat out said, does it look like you're losing right now?
Right, yeah.
And then she goes, and then they want to keep going.
Yeah.
You listen.
Like
the hint was there. You avoided that big flashing warning light.
yeah.
Warning, danger. Do not continue this action. You are a dumbass if you do.
Yep.
Right?
I love those. I love hearing those.
They just talk themselves in. Listen, I've said this on other shows. I've said this on. I'm part of TAP, so I've said this on there. I think we had a whole show on keep your mouth shut and shut up.
Right.
The reality here is sometimes you could talk yourself into worse situations. So don't do that.
Right. Exactly.
Now, if you have something to say, make sure you do it in a forum that doesn't constitute law and order, okay?
Right.
Or talking to a police officer. Where can you do that? Well, I'll tell you where. Our comments. You go to our comment section. You can say whatever you want there. I don't care.
Yeah.
And that's your freedom to express yourself.
Right.
And do that. Just make sure that if you're going to comment, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, or follow button. So you could do that on any of our platforms.
Exactly. Yep.
So
video and
podcast players, social media.
Yeah.
So
we're on all of them.
It's at Just Us Thinking. Or you could search for Just Us Thinking Podcast.
Yep. No G.
No G. Drop the G.
Drop the G.
Always drop the G. We've been dropping that G since 23. You know that?
We have been.
That's many years.
I know.
We've been doing this for a while now.
We have.
Not as long as
Kind of
Bitcoin.
crazy, huh?
Not as long as Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So
Kind of crazy.
I don't know. I to end this show, I think it's your fault. I'm blaming you.
Okay.
No, no, I'm not blaming
no?
you.
Okay, good.
I blame our audience. They're making us do this. It's all your guys' fault.
All right. On that note, bye everybody.
Come and guest on our show.
Come and guest on our show.
A mic is waiting for you.
A mic is waiting for you.
Where the topics are all over the place and there's no fondue. Can you tell stupid jokes?
Can you tell stupid jokes?
Are you funny at all?
Are you funny at all?
Got a studio space that needs some taste. Now I want fondue. You know we might have you back again. Promise to listen to you. Can you bring some fondue?
Can you bring some fondue?
And the skewers too. This concludes our broadcasting day.